Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lee Anderson. And it is about time we talk about something that has been plaguing my DM chat rooms, my locker room chat rooms, as well as my Twitter feed from time to time. I am getting completely and honestly annoyed with what I'm dealing with in my chat rooms and on my Twitter live feed from time to time. Unite and Virgil Snow. Now, as you guys may recall, a couple of months back, I did a little bit of a live stream with Virgil Snow, basically revolving around Virgil Snow talking about why he was getting pissed off at Unite. Ever since then, this has been a back and forth situation, but it's mainly been coming from Unite more so than Virgil Snow. The reason why I say that is because I was there in that podcast. I know what has been said. I remember everything. And even though Virgil Snow has in that podcast has said a lot of things about Unite, there's one thing that he said multiple times throughout the whole broadcast. He said, and I remember his words exactly. He said, even though this is from my experience, that is not to say you cannot join Unite. That is not saying you might join Unite and have the same experience I did. He did not say that, if that's what they're saying he did. Because he said multiple times, you can join Unite for all I care, because I don't fucking care. That was basically the one thing he said multiple times. But ever since that podcast, because I wanted Virgil Snow's voice to be heard, and the best way for his voice to be heard was through a fucking podcast type of thing, I did that. But now, Unite has constantly been going off on Virgil Snow. You've had Unite members attacking him on Twitter itself. You've had Unite members attacking him on Curious Cat, and I made a video about that. And now they're making diss tracks, and if you guys didn't hear about this, they also made a fucking Twitter page about him, mocking him. What the fuck are they doing? They've been calling Virgil Snow out for supposedly being a child, but yet they're doing the things that make you look like a child. Virgil Snow, all he has done, to my knowledge, has been talking about his experience with Unite in that little broadcast we did. Number two, the only time he ever brings them up nowadays is when they keep on attacking him. But apparently he can't say shit, because Unite loves to completely and utterly go off on his shit. So what? And on top of that, on that page, and I got a picture of this page, I will show it to you guys when I can. I did not mean to clap there, but the problem I have here is they're making fun of him on this page, on this spoof page of his. They've basically gone off on him saying "you're" as in "you are" and not spelling it how you're supposed to spell it. I know a couple of people that don't know how to spell that good. I know a couple of people, and yet, even though they don't spell that good, I know what they're trying to say. You know why? Because I'm reading it like I think they should be. And if I get confused, I'll ask them, what do you mean? What are you talking about, okay? I'm not gonna sit here and make fun of the fact that you can't fucking spell. The only people I'm gonna go off on at this point are people who just won't let bygones be bygones. You see, we know about the recent event that took place not too long ago. I'm not gonna bring it up because that's all in the past, but I'm saying, why don't you be like two people who just went through some hell, who went through some drama on their own that caused the whole fucking community to go crazy? Why don't you do what they did? Stop with the drama, stop with the bullshit, and just move on with your fucking lives. Okay? Or is that too much to fucking ask? Now, you guys should know why I'm getting really pissed off. And I said, when I went to see the fucking diss track that Unite did on Virgil Snow last night, but word for word, this is what I said. I'm starting to believe that Unite is being the child here. They say Virgil Snow is acting like a child. He can't spell. He can't do this. He can't do that. So what? I don't fucking care. You know why? Because I don't look at a person when it comes to how they spell or how they look like, okay? I look at a person based on their attitude. If you are if you're more like a nice person, then we'll get along just fine. But if you're an asshole both in your normal tone as well as when you're angry, then we're gonna have problems. But the fact of the matter is, this bullshit between Virgil Snow and Unite is getting old. Okay, I would love to ignore it, believe me. But because Virgil Snow keeps bringing it up, and because of the fact that Unite won't let shit go, it's really annoying me, truthfully. On both sides. I understand where Virgil's coming from, and I know why he is upset. But at the same time, as much as I would love to support him, it's not really my place. But you know what? I don't fucking care. It's about time Unite does what Virgil Snow's been trying to do this whole time, and that's move on. Just move on with your lives. He's in the past of Unite. He's history. He's in Unite's history whether they like it or not. So just let it go. Just drop it. Move on. And leave him the fuck alone. Unless, of course, you want to keep acting like little children running a big company. And trust me, I have so many different things that basically explain why I hate Unite in many other ways, but this is a big one. And because of the fact that Unite's acting more of a child than I've seen Virgil Snow be, at this point, I'm thinking Virgil Snow's the adult and Unite is the child. So, I want to hear your input. If you ask me, Unite is in the wrong in this case. They need to drop it, they need to stop it, and for the love of God, they need to move on with their fucking lives. Because this is getting old, it's old news at this point, but they just don't want to let it go for whatever reason. I think you guys can understand my frustrations here. And I know I'm going to get flack from people because once again I'm interjecting myself in business, but I have to let it be known because I'm getting frustrated at Unite's handling of the Unite Virgil Snow situation that has been happening ever since January or February. At this point, I think it needs to stop. And if Unite doesn't stop it, then they should be blacklisted. They should be the blacklisted company in the community. Because, in my opinion, and I agree with Virgil Snow here, this community has no place for people who act like children. Now, granted, I get children love to play video games nowadays. And they got all this technology that we have. That we did not have when we were their age, you know? But, in my book, children cannot be in this community because of, well, they could misinterpret something and they could take it out of character when they're supposed to be in character. That's not to say that some children are not that stupid. No. I'm just saying there are certain things that kids cannot handle. But Unite is being that kind of person right now. They're being the kids that just can't handle shit and they don't want to let it go. That's how it is with Unite, apparently. They can't let shit go because they love to attack Virgil Snow with every opportunity they get. But eventually, the people in Unite will start thinking, wait, they're doing another thing again? They're attacking him again? They're doing a diss track on him again? For God's sake, when is this gonna stop? I know when it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop the second Virgil Snow is no longer in the community. Then it's gonna stop. But you know what? Virgil Snow ain't leaving. While he has his detractors, he does have people who support him fully, 100%. And if you cannot get over the fact that Virgil Snow did what he did, and you just can't let go of the past and just keep moving forward, yes, I got that line from Meet the Robinsons, I love that movie, then you might as well just leave. Because the community has no place for people who just cannot let go of grudges anymore. So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna finally grow a pair of balls and then come out and say, okay, we were acting like a bunch of children. We're now gonna stop with the bullshit because it's annoying to everybody? Pretty much? Or are you just gonna keep it up until you're eventually becoming like WWE, where you're doing the same old shit just on a different day, I would love to hear what they have to say, but truthfully, I don't fucking care what they say. Because they need to grow up, and I don't hear the words of people who act like children. I don't hear it, and I don't read it. So until they grow up here and actually grow up like the adults they should be, they're not gonna last very long, truthfully. But they can do whatever they want. But believe me, I will still voice my opinion on Unite. Every time they do their thing about Virgil, I want to do the same thing to Unite. Every time they diss track Virgil, I want to keep making these videos about Unite. Because honestly, if they don't fucking care about about letting go of the past, why should I about them? Enlighten me. I'd love to see you try.